Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, everyone. I did do my heads quiz yesterday night, yeah, went really well. So many people came. I didn't expect everyone to...
How many in total?
17? No, more than that. About 19? 20 people, maybe including me?
Yeah.
Yeah, trying to add up the points at the end was excruciating, especially as I had most of a bottle of Prosecco as well.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, help.
And who won?
Andy Fickman, our director, no surprises there. And second and third place were the writers of Heathers, obviously.
Yeah.
But then, out of the cast, it was our Principal Gowan, John Boyden.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Nice.
It was really good though.
And they want to do it again, don't they? Do another quiz.
Yeah.
Obviously not Heather's base, because you probably ran out of questions.
Well, I thought, because this one was 80s, next week I could do 90s. But I also hold a quiz on Friday night. So maybe what I'll do is just recycle an old quiz from those ones.
100%.
Maybe I'll just do a Disney quiz again. I've got to do next week. Next week is Harry Potter.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, 7 rounds, a round in every book, 5 questions.
So you're going to do the staircase one?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you remember the answer, guys? Of how many staircases are in Hogwarts? Who've had this? You know?
Be good. I'm really enjoying doing the quizzes.
Yeah.
We've been very good at doing quizzes as well.
Yeah, we should do it when lockdown ends. We should go to the local pub and host quizzes.
Yeah, but that's when we realised that
We're rubbish.
It's just because we surround ourselves with people whose IQs are the same as ours, and suddenly you go into the real world and everyone's much cleverer.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I was thinking before about tattoos.
Yeah.
Would you say your tattoos have ever hindered you getting a job? Because there's this thing in the business that people don't get tattoos because they feel like they can't, mainly. And I guess in some ways, it's got to happen somewhere that has happened where they've gone, oh no, you've got a tattoo.
Yeah, 100%.
Because we need to do a nude scene, like a topless scene, and you've got a big like pelican on your side, and this is supposed to be set in the 1600s.
Yeah.
Whatever. That's very specific, but
yeah.
That probably might have happened. So would you say that it's ever happened to you? What are you smiling at?
No, it's just cute. It's just the fact you said pelican
I
just made me laugh. No, that's never happened to me, but I've only recently just got tattoos big enough that it would matter. I think if you're a new actor going into the business, like you're in drama school and you're like, I want to get a tattoo, I would say don't do it.
Yeah, I'd agree.
I would say just don't risk it, just in case. But I feel like there are, like Ramin Karimloo is absolutely covered.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter because he's Ramin Karimloo and producers want him because he's so good and brings people in. So they will just find a way to cover up his tattoos.
Yeah.
So I feel like once you've got to a point like that, it doesn't really matter anymore because people know what you can do and they want you based on your talent and who you are. So I don't think producers care that much. But if you're like just starting out, I'd say be careful.
Yeah, like in a bigger scale, it's like the Johnny Depp thing, or
Colin
Firth.
Johnny Depp was on his
Colin Farrell. Colin Firth might have been.
Colin Firth is secretly covered in tattoos.
Just like you're a king speech bitch. Yeah. Colin Farrell, they're like covered.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I said, like you said, the producers were like, well, it's Johnny Depp, so
yeah. We'll manage.
Yeah. Yeah, because I've always thought like I'd get a tattoo at some point in my life because I'd like one. But that's the thing, like I wouldn't want it. It's so hidden in a way that I'd never see it.
Yeah.
You know when people get tattoos, because in like actors get tattoos and they're always like really secretive, like oh yeah, it's on my gooch, whatever. It's like, it's too early for that.
I think it's always too early for gooch tattoo talk.
Okay, so not the gooch, but like whatever, it's somewhere secret.
Yeah.
And I think for me, if I got a tattoo, I'd want to see it.
Yeah.
That's the thing, so I'd want it maybe on my arm, or maybe like on my lower leg or something.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Somewhere you could appreciate it as well. Yeah.
I wouldn't want it so hidden that I can't see it.
Yeah.
There's a guy in Mormon that came in every day and had to get his, because he had a big like hawk here on the inside of his like bicep. And naturally in Mormon we're all wearing like short sleeve like t-shirts and shirts.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot like pointing choreography and like whatever, so your shirt rides up, so he had to get it covered every day. It was like 30 minutes every day of him like, it doesn't sound like a lot, but I think he didn't mind it, because he liked the wiggy that would do his, he fancied her, so.
He didn't mind?
He didn't mind, because then he could like talk to her for 30 minutes. But it's not as easy as just getting like your skin tone and going.
No.
You got to go over it in like red first. Yeah, you got to do like different tones of like colour then to go over skin tone. So yeah, they did like red, then like maybe another layer of something else, then the skin. It took him like 30 minutes every day.
Yeah, it's a lot.
But I mean, he sort of didn't mind it, but I think that could get a bit boring.
I guess if you're an actor and you get tattoos, you kind of already know at some point you're probably going to have to cover at least one arm up.
Well, I know there's a guy in Mamma Mia at the moment, Rob. I'm going to say Rob. I did a workshop with him last year. Really nice guy. And he's playing one of the dads, and he's covered as well. He's like a biker sort of guy.
Right.
Does a lot of rock musicals, that sort of clientele. But he's like, he's one of the dads in Mamma Mia now.
Right.
And for the first time, they changed the dad's costumes because of him. Like his costume is all like long sleeved, because obviously they're in like Greece or whatever, so normally they're all like short sleeves. Like
I had to wear a pair of like thick Capezio dance tights and ballet slippers to hide my feet tattoos in Les Mis as Fontaine.
Did you?
Yeah, because I was meant to be barefoot in the hospital scene, which doesn't matter in the show.
Yeah.
Well, until the end. But yeah, in the concert, I'd have to like walk up the stairs and walk out into the middle. And it was meant to be barefoot.
And they were like, just get you some shoes.
Yeah, I was like, I will just warn you now, I do have feet tattoos. They were like, oh, I'll just get you some tights and some ballet pumps. I was like, all right.
See, that's the thing with tattoos and stuff. Like, and actors, we are sort of required to do, like, our bodies are required to be like blank canvases a lot.
Our image belongs to somebody else every time you sign a contract.
So I'm thinking, for me, another case of like that being apparent is like your hair, the way you have your hair. Like I think it's harder for girls, I'd say, in the business, just because it is, I think. But saying that though, because I'm thinking we all in Mormon, we all had to have our hair cut in house. We couldn't go anywhere else, and it was always the same cut. Like everyone had the same haircut. And what was really annoying is that they had a sound at the time, I can't remember his name. It was like, keep it longer at the back, because obviously we have the mics, and he wanted us, because in Mormon, like they don't even want to see the mic. Like some people have the mics here.
Yeah, heavens. Yeah,
in Mormon they're like, we want your mic literally in your hairline, so you can't see it. And then we want it really long here, so we can hide the mic wire. Then it was getting longer and longer, and before we knew it, it was like, since the wiki, it's like, got mullets here. It's like, is this Mormon or like, I don't know. So that happened. So that was quite hard, because I remember after the 2 years, all I wanted was my haircut somewhere else. And it's because it was like my hair, and it sounds really weird, but it's like you out there now, if I was like, right, I'm gonna have someone cut your hair for 2 years, and you're not allowed to do anything else.
And you have to get permission to have your hair cut.
Yeah, and you're only allowed this style. And you're like, okay. But then after a while, it's like so liberating to leave a job and go, oh my God. That's why people like actors, like even now, a lot of actors have either dyed their hair blonde, shaved it, they've like dyed it pink, like it's crazy.
Yeah.
And one more quick one, I think, just on that, like in a lot of shows, I think shows would prefer to wig girls.
Yeah, 100%.
Because I'm not going to mention the job, but we had a job where all the girls were wigged, and then went up to this guy in the job and was like, yeah, your hair's like a bit long, I think you should cut it. And he was like, no, just give me a wig.
Yeah.
They were like, no, your hair's too long for like this period. They're like, no, you need to cut it. And he was like, no, I'm not cutting my hair. Because could you imagine if a producer went up to you and went, yeah, your hair's not really, like it's too like long, we've got to cut it. You'd be like, get me a wig.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Especially if everyone else in the show had wigs.
Yeah. It was really funny. But like, I'm sure you've had loads of stories about your hair in shows.
Yeah. My first ever job, Les Mis, I think I've told the story before. Literally, dress run the afternoon before our opening night, that evening. I come out stage door, designer grabs me and goes, yeah, we're going to cut you in a fringe. I was like, what? She's like, yeah, meet me upstairs in half an hour, go get you dinner, and we're going to cut you in a fringe before opening night tonight. And I was like, okay. She just wanted me to have a fringe.
Did you do it?
Yeah, and I looked like a dick for ages because we did all the photo shoots and everything, and I had this like, my hair doesn't, I just, curly hair, no fringe, you can't do a fringe. My hair, no fringe, don't do it. I looked awful. There are pictures, I will send you a picture that you can put up on the screen because it was horrendous.
Yeah.
It was awful. So they cut me in this fringe, then we did all of the photo shoots for the brochures, and Carrie McIntosh was like, why has she got a fringe? So they're like, yeah, Carrie, if you can just tuck your fringe in your hat. I was like, yeah, but what about the rest of the time? When just normal life, and I've just got a really crap fringe? No? Okay.
That's it with like, you got to be, obviously then you didn't really realise, did you, that you could just go, no.
I was 20, and...
You just don't know, do you?
Yeah.
Like, because I would have gone, alright.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
But, oh my god, because the thing is, like, they always say this is how you can sort of, like, not get them, but go, well, I auditioned like this.
Yeah.
And you give me the job. Like, so, surely that's, and it was never... Discussed pre-contract.
Yeah, it's like we've done 5 weeks of rehearsals and notes in.
It wasn't like pre-contract, they were like, if you're going to sign this, you have to have a fringe.
Yeah.
Then you could go, oh, okay, alright, I'll have a fringe, if it was worth it. That's so mean, that some woman just was like, yeah, we're going to cut a fringe in your
She's
head.
really lovely and she's really nice, but I think I was just, because I was just caught up in opening night. I was like, oh my god, okay, yeah. And me being me as well, just not wanting to like disappoint anyone or upset anyone, and wanting me to be perfect for the part in the show as well.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. For Chitty, I originally had a wig because the Truly Scrumptious before me had a wig, and it was like this short ginger bob, and I looked like a melon in it. And I remember doing my full dress run, and then they caught me and they were like, can you just go and take the wig off and just show us what your hair would like? Go up to the wig room and just ask them to do something with your hair that's like in keeping with the time period, and let's just see what your hair looks like. And so I ran upstairs and was like, Annie, quick, they've asked for this. Ran to the wiggy. And yeah, they just liked my own hair better because I did look like an absolute moron in that wig. But it meant that I had to have my hair in like rollers for about like 40 minutes before every show. And so my agent got it put into my contract that they would then like look after my hair. So any hair care products I bought, I'd hand in the receipt, and it'd be like their expense.
That's really good because you hear stories all the time, especially like girls, because they have like, if they're using their own hair for shows, it's a lot of like blow drying or whatever, a lot of styling.
Yeah, it's like a lot of damage.
It's a lot of damage, yeah. And you hear like girls come out of like shows and go, yeah, I love that show, but my hair's ruined now.
Yeah.
Because they use their own hair, and they have to do like 8 shows a week of a certain style. It's a lot. So you know, it's good that you had that, because then you could leave that show with your hair intact still, because you use the right stuff. I
wanted to dye my hair for the Addams Family, but my agent wouldn't let me.
Yeah.
They were like, no, can't dye your hair black.
I've always liked the same haircut. So I was like short back and sides with a bit of a quiff.
Yeah.
It's like the go-to empty guy haircut. That's all I've ever had. Might grow a bit and see what happens. Yeah.
It's so funny though, because when I was like, they were deciding at the beginning of the Sondheim version of Les Mis, I had like this big long straight haired like old school Fontaine wig. I say old school, the Patti LuPone wig was like curlier than mine ended up being.
Yeah.
She had like this big curly like almost fro.
Yeah.
But they tried out this straight head wig, and they were like, no, we want something that looks more like your own hair.
Yeah.
So, okay. So then like went and took the same wig, and the amazing wiggy Stefan, he like curled it all. So it was the same, like when he brought it back, I was like, that is no way the same wig. No way is that the same wig. And he was like, yeah. He just like styled it all and curled it all.
My most favourite wig I ever had was Jesus in Book of Mormon. Oh, it's such a great wig. Because it was just like, the quality was amazing. I think they're all like real hair wigs. Like the quality of wigs in Mormon are just crazy. And it has like, it's like all like long and blonde. It's all curly like at the bottom. But it has like gold, like streaks going through it. And then you did get a little moustache as well. Yeah, I used to love that. I used to love wearing that.
There's a video of you as Jesus somewhere, isn't there?
Yeah. There is a video, and there is a picture. The picture's here. Funny, right? Right, should we start our day then?
Yes.
Right, everyone. Goodbye. Have a good day. Be safe out there. Do not do this. And when I tell you, you're gonna think good advice. Don't get silly tattoos in obvious places. That's quite a good one.
Yeah, I was gonna say something like, don't get a tattoo from your mate Dave at the back of his van.
On your gooch.
On your gooch.
That'd be painful.
Yeah.
Right, everyone. Bye.
Bye.